Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks! What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing slash unpouching video to share with you guys. Just slightly off camera there. So this is going to be an interesting one. I have not opened this up yet. I did open the box, which came from Billy of Wicked Dream Designs. I want you guys to check him out on Instagram. I remember having an exchange with him in DMs, and he showed me some of the wildest looking, like the aesthetic of what he was designing was absolutely wild, and apparently it has come to life. Now, there were pre-orders for this, apparently, and I would imagine that he will do them again. But the goal here is to let you guys know that this company exists and this knife exists so that the next opportunity you have, if you want to, you can jump on it. I will link all information down in the description so that you guys can check it out if you want to. Billy, thank you so much for this box of snacks. Apparently, he's from Hawaii, and he sent me like this huge, I can't wait to try all this stuff. He sent me this huge box of snacks that honestly look really good. There's some stuff in there I really can't wait to try. But I want to let you guys know right off the bat, in his note he says, "My name is Billy and I'm the founder of Wicked Dream Designs LLC. Inside is my first design prototype and stickers, etc. Most importantly, there's some snacks for you." And then he also talks about how this design, this is interesting. He said he woke up from a dream and this design came to him in a dream. Now, normally I would take that with a grain of salt, but after looking at pictures, I thought the only way, the only origin source for a design like this has to have been a dream. I mean, this is wild. I cannot wait to get this out and take a look. So, sorry for the long intro. Wanted to get the right information there. Just an unboxing and first impressions. We are not actually reviewing the knife today. Okay, so we got a little microfiber pouch here. So, I think this is called the Nefarious. He has another model called the Dazed, and I might be getting them mixed up. The correct link will be in the description. Oh boy. oh boy, look at that pivot. That is so cool. This already looks like an alien relic. That's what it makes me think of, is like long distant, like hyper advanced alien civilization, but from like millions or billions of years ago. That's what it makes me think of. And let's go ahead and let's get the blade out. Oh man. Okay. It's stuff like this. This is the reason that I got into knives. You know, like I have my own aesthetic tastes, but the stuff that got me hyper interested, the stuff that where all the light bulbs turned on in my head and I was like, I think I'm into knives. It was seeing pictures of absolutely what I think what he's done here is a pretty unique blade shape. I can't say that I have ever seen exactly this before. Look at this. So this is, according to his website, man, oh, it's nice and smooth too. God, the flipping action, Billy, is so good, man. And this right here, this is a dream. The comfort zone between the index finger and the thumb position is a dream. So what we have here is a compound. Let's see if I can call this for what it is. This is a MagnaCut blade, or at least the production versions will be. MagnaCut, hollow ground, compound. It's a recurve tanto, but the recurve is not here. The recurve is in the secondary edge. So this is flat ground. Oh my gosh, this is wild, right? Now, you can't show something like this without people, you know, like the hardcore, like everything has to have a function or I'm going to have a mental breakdown that it exists crowd, right? And they're going to say, what's the purpose of that blade? It's very simple. The purpose is simply to look cool, right? It doesn't necessarily have to have an ultra practical or ultra specific function. It simply exists, right? So, you know, my suggestion would be do not dump a bottle of hot sauce in your pants over it. Don't do that, right? Just accept that it exists. Here's another thing that I'm really happy about. This is really, really cool. What we have here is a nested, well, it's a liner, but you got a real wide face for the lock face essentially, but it's nested within the titanium. And that piece itself, oh boy, hold on. Let's take a look in there. This is wild, man. I love, like, in a world where we have so much of the same thing, right? At this point, I welcome what is lazily labeled as the gas station aesthetic. I welcome it because the opposite end of that is an endless sea, nay, an ocean of incredibly boring looking knives. Take it from someone who has almost 4,400 uploads. The vast majority of stuff out there, practical or not, is boring. So thank goodness for this aesthetic, whatever you want to call it. This is super unique, unbelievably unique. Let's take a look here at the inside. So this is most likely a steel insert. I would be really surprised to find out that that entire thing is titanium. Yes. So what we have here, and that's fine, because it's like, basically, you could think of it as one gigantic steel lock bar insert. The main point being steel on steel contact, but there's an extra added cost that goes into milling out a spot for the nested lock underneath the titanium, right? Really cool. Look how cool and flowy this is. That piece right there, I love that. Number one, I love that it's a triangle. Number two, he's beveled the top of this. It's essentially the captive end of the pivot, which is very creative. We have a wider bevel on one side and shorter bevels on the other. You can see that looking... No, I'm sorry. I'm stupid. It's the same thing all the way around. But this line here follows this line, right? So you have these hard, angular lines giving the whole thing this super technical, futuristic look. I really like that. We have these stepped areas of titanium kind of follow, taper down. Then you have some scalloping in two places right here. Chamfered edges. Looks like T8 hardware there, which is fantastic. Simple backspacer, so that's all completely fine. The pocket clip follows the design perfectly. And, I'm sure that it's fine. It's a milled clip. It's got a little ramp underneath, which is nice. Most of the time on a knife like this, when you have such loud personality, I much prefer that the pocket clip follows... It puts a prioritization over following the design than being like incredibly practical and functional. But the nice thing here is that it actually looks, I'm just going to slip it in and out of my pocket real quick. It actually works pretty well. There's a lot of retention there, but that's really cool that he was able to combine, the designiness and the flowiness, right? He was able to accomplish that while still creating a functional pocket clip. That's not quite the 50% line. So let me stress this. This is actually really comfortable, which is amazing because it looks angry. This looks like it would bite your hand the moment you pick it up. But no, it actually is very nice. I bet you that's a wicked aggressive hollow grind. That is, I mean, it's a straight edge. There's no belly, right? So in terms of like slicing performance, obviously there's going to be blades that perform better, but just cutting into something like paper, it's actually pretty good, right? I'm not upset about that at all. The funny part up here is the recurve. It's actually, I mean, personally, I don't have a use, and maybe there is, right? I'm sure, I've seen like Spanish tipped blades, and I have no idea what the purpose of a Spanish tip is. But I bet you historically there is a function for this. And if somebody knows, I would be more than happy to hear about it in the comments. Personally, I think, especially given that this design came to him in a dream, it was simply to create what he saw. And this looks like, it's very believable that this came to him in a dream. This is really cool. I also love that what you created here is easily a full-size knife. I'm going to guess this is 8 1/4. On the dot, guys. Professional knife looker at her. 3.5 inches of blade. 3.65 if you go down here, right? If you want to measure like the total length from tip to like down here. But your cutting edge, which we'll measure, is also exactly 3.5 inches. This is wildly cool, man. So apparently the OEM is Bestech. Which Bestech, clearly is capable of making some absolutely spectacular stuff. This is wild. This is the type of stuff that I love to see. And I know that these types of things are polarizing designs, right? Because you get the people who can appreciate, the unique aesthetic and understand it, the people who can appreciate it, understand it, but maybe it's not really for them. And then you get the arms folded crowd who are just like, if it doesn't have a function, then I'm upset that it exists and I will waste my emotional energy on it. Don't be like that. That's a stupid way to be. I'm so glad that we have people out there who are brave enough to design things like this, because it makes the knife world that much more interesting. Yeah, I really like this. I think this is super cool. I want to see if there's any additional information here. So I want to make sure that, okay, so his Instagram and Facebook is wicked_dream_designs. So make sure you guys follow him there. He said, P.S. originally wanted to pass the knife around to reviewers as a lot of one of two prototypes made it because I live by the Aloha Spirit Way. You decide what you want to do with it. That's really kind. I feel like the right thing to do is to send it around to additional reviewers. I'm going to be real with you, Billy. I want to keep this. I want to put this in my collection. But the right thing to do is to send it around to other reviewers if people are waiting on it, because people need to know about this. So that would probably be what I would do. But this is super cool, man. I will definitely give this a full review. I like this a lot, and I will link your website in the description so that people can find it. The flipping action is awesome, and I'm laughing because the flipper tab looks pointy and aggressive and low profile, and normally you don't get that satisfying of a flip off it, but man, the flip is awesome, and that blade is so wild. It's funny because I know that what's going to come out of here is a wicked blade, like right? But there's no way you can be ready for that. There's no way. That's so cool. Oh boy, that's fun. Okay, that's going to be it for the first impressions. You will get a full comprehensive review of this knife down the road. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex and on TikTok at the_metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.